everyone, it's Victor, the action teacher. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Sakai Noriko, or as we say in English, Noriko Sakai. Remember in English, first name first, last name last, Noriko Sakai. Her nickname is Noripi, and she is very famous in Japan. In Japan, you call her an idol. And many students ask me, what is an idol in English? Well, we don't have exactly the same word for idol. We do use the word idol, but it's usually more on a personal basis, like he's my idol, which means I want to be like him or I look up to him. And that could be someone in your family or your life. For example, you could say, my uncle is my idol, or my teacher is my idol, or my brother's friend is my idol. Anybody could be your idol, and it has a feeling of looking up to as, wow, he's great, I want to be like him. And in cases like that, we use the word idolize. And that's a very conversational word, like I idolize him. When I was a boy, I idolized my father, for example. Now, the word idol in Japanese is similar to the word celebrity or TV personality or personality in English, but it's not exactly the same, because an idol describes a certain kind of celebrity in Japan that doesn't really exist in America. In Japan, you have certain celebrities who start very young. They're usually J-pop singers, and they're usually female. Sometimes they start as young as 13 or 14, and for the rest of their career, they're known as idols. Now, unlike regular celebrities, idols are given some kind of moral responsibility. What I mean is, Japanese people expect idols to behave correctly. They don't expect them to behave like crazy people or criminals. So when an idol is arrested for drug use or getting drunk in public, like Kusanagi-san, then many Japanese people are upset. Basically, an idol is a celebrity who has also become a role model. I guess in English we would say he's a role model for young people. So we get, Japanese people get especially upset if the idol does something illegal. In America, it seems very strange for us, from our point of view, it seems very strange when Japanese people make a big deal about a celebrity getting arrested, because, of course, as you know, many American celebrities get arrested for many different kinds of crimes, from drug use to stealing things, shoplifting, to murder. So it's not it's not a big deal from an American point of view if one of your celebrities gets arrested, because we generally don't understand the concept of idol. It's very different. Okay? Now let's talk about Noripi and a little bit about her history. Noripi was born February 14th, 1971, and she's a J-pop singer. Her first big song was a song called Otoko Noko ni Naritai. That was her debut song, and that song literally means, I want to be a boy. I think that's a funny title. I want to be a boy. Otoko Noko ni Naritai. Her biggest song is a song called Aoi Usagi. Aoi Usagi. And Aoi means blue, and Usagi means rabbit or bunny. And that's her biggest song to date. To date means up to now in history. The reason we're talking about Noriko Sakai today is because she was arrested recently, as I'm sure all of you know, for drugs. She was arrested for drugs. Specifically, she was arrested for kakuseizai, or stimulant drugs. Kakuseizai, I believe, is like speed in English. It's a drug you take that increases your energy, metabolism, your heart rate, and I guess it makes you feel excited. And that's what a stimulant is. A stimulant is a drug that makes you feel, like that. Sometimes people joke that I take stimulant drugs, but actually I just drink a lot of coffee. Anyway, so what happened was on August 4th, about a week ago, her husband, Yuichi Takaso, who claims he's a professional surfer, was stopped by the Tokyo Metropolitan Police in Shibuya. Shibuya is a district in Tokyo City, and he was searched for drugs. And the police did find drugs. They found drugs in his underwear. I wonder if it was designer underwear. But anyway, they took him down to the station and they questioned him. They asked him many questions. They questioned him. You could also say they interrogated him. And eventually he told the police that his wife, Noriko Sakai, also uses drugs. Now, I'm not sure if all of my facts are correct, but this is what I understand. The police then called Noriko Sakai down to the station. They say, please come down to the station. We want to give you a urine test. Urine is the more formal word for pee. So they wanted to give her a urine test, and she did not go. In fact, she disappeared. She disappeared with her 10-year-old son. Her mother-in-law asked the police to file a missing persons report. And on that very same day, in this case very means that day, on that very same day, her cell phone lost reception in the Yamanashi area. Then, bad things started to happen to Noriko, economically speaking, meaning the money. In English we say this, in Japanese you say this. But the money started to disappear, meaning on August 6, 2009, Toyota stopped showing her commercial on their homepage, on their website. On August 7th, Sakai was arrested. She was arrested, and she was arrested, and she went down to the police station, and she admitted to using drugs. She admitted, no, I'm sorry, no. She admitted, according to Wikipedia, she admitted that there were drugs in her apartment, but she did not admit to taking the drugs herself. On August 9th, 2009, the police conducted a urine test, and it came back negative. It came back negative means the results were negative. So, technically, there is not enough evidence to prosecute Sakai. This means technically they don't have any evidence. They can't put her in jail. So most people think, and the prosecutor thinks, that they may dismiss the charge. And the amount of stimulant drugs found in her apartment were very, very small. Now here's something interesting that I didn't know. On July 17th, 2009, Sakai's 30-year-old brother was arrested also for using drugs. And he was indicted on August 8th, just 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, in Fukuoka. Now this is the most interesting part of the story, well, one of the most interesting parts. This week on Apple's iTunes stores, Sakai's song, Aoi Usagi, is the #1 download. So, it's ironic because many professional companies do not want to associate with Sakai anymore. But this scandal has actually made her songs and her CDs more popular than ever, which is kind of amazing. In fact, even Victor Entertainment, the company Victor, not me, says that they raised their prices on her CDs and DVDs. And despite this, her CDs and DVDs are selling very well. So there you go. People in Japan, companies in Japan, like to judge, like to help control what people see. They like to make these moral judgments by punishing actors and actresses and idols who they think have done bad things. But apparently many consumers, people who buy things are consumers, many consumers don't care, and they will keep buying her things. And I even found some links to Noriko Sakai's homepage that has many comments of support on her homepage. So anyway, that's the news for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I tried to use as little Japanese as possible because I want you to learn. I want you to practice your listening. I did put some Japanese in the subtitles here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask or email at action@k3.dion.ne.jp. I'm not trying to hate Noriko Sakai or make fun of her or laugh at her. I'm just using this news event to help you remember English better, because I think that's a good way to study English. Let's take a big news event and talk about it in English. All right, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!
Action teacher. Action teacher. Action teacher. Action